So wow, 10 minutes of no sound. And I was going to town over here. Okay. Let's try again. All right, this whole reading, this whole conversation that we're having today is about grounding, as you can see by the title of the video. And um, I wanted to, or I felt the need to, I didn't feel the need. I should say I was really led to that being the topic of conversation. It just felt like earth energies, present. And it got me to thinking about what we've been talking about this week. Some of it, or much of it, I feel is processing our emotions and the necessity really for navigating our emotional landscape, channeling those emotions effectively, appropriately, harmoniously. Grounding your energy is necessary for that. In addition to that, as I was preparing for this reading, or just preparing myself to set up for the live, I pulled these cards. And as I pulled them, the message that was received is, as you, the listener, as you're receiving information, and myself included, of course, but as you are receiving information, whether it be here on this platform or somewhere else, to ground your energy so that you can run that information through your own system, your own guidance system, your own body, allowing you to, or enabling you, not really enabling you, but running it through your system allows you to trust your body, trust yourself, trust what you know to be true for you, not for anybody else, of course. And then once you've done that, once you're running all this information that you receive through your system, and it meshes with you, it resonates with you, it connects with you, then be fearless and act on the information that you've received. A lot of times when on these platforms we're receiving these messages, spiritual guidance, information that's being channeled through spirit, we can be very much in our heads, in our mental space, in spirit, but not in our bodies. Like we're not really, and that may sound weird because obviously we're here in our bodies, but we cannot be fully in our bodies. That is possible. A lot of us have learned disassociation for years due to various experiences. And so as I'm continuing this week to talk about these things, this is where I was guided today to really channel all the messages through I'm wanting to say the concept of grounding, but everything that you hear, I should say, all the messages that come through today, you're being asked to run that through your system, to ground yourself, run it through your system, and then take some sort of action, either to move forward on what you're hearing, or if it does not mesh, if it doesn't align with you, then to allow it to just release it. That is an action, to do nothing with the information but release it. So with that said, I was saying before I realized no one could hear me, is that I'm a person that when I receive information, and I'm always seeking, but when I receive information, I want practical application. I want to know how I can utilize this. How is this going to help me move forward? And so that is also something that I will likely be touching on throughout the reading, just because I think it's helpful to be able to bring this information down from the mental space, from the spirit realm, down into the physical, so that we can make actual changes in our lives, actual transformations, and not just be stuck in our heads. So, with that said, the first message that has come out is recognize your first thought. And this is a message about intuition. So, again, going back to this self trust, it says this is a day of intuitive practice as you're listening, is to pay attention to your intuition. That is a part of you determining whether information that you're receiving um, is in alignment with you or in alignment with your energetic imprint. Okay, so let's get into some messages here. I did read an excerpt from this book during the first 10 minutes, so I'll probably pick that up at some point. It is a message about breathing exercises, which we talked about yesterday. And I will bring that back in just so that, we can reconnect or revisit the conversation about the importance of our breathing. Obviously, it is important because we got to breathe. We are breathing, but conscious and what's the word that they use here? Correct habits of breathing is how they term it. Correct habits of breathing. So when we breathe correctly, we're all breathing, but when we breathe correctly, it enhances our daily life. You have more energy, more vitality. We're more clear-minded, more focused. Spiritual growth also is increased by the breath itself. So, also, I would just like to point out that considering that I'm working with earth energies, that's what I feel. These messages may apply if you're a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but of course that does not have to apply. It's not necessary at all. So regeneration is the first message that has come out here. And it is a message of having gone through a period of time where you've been destroyed, or part of yourself has been destroyed. And destroyed sounds like a very strong and harsh word, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing, like the destruction of a part of you, and you are regenerating. Number 10 or 46 breaking down to a 10 being on the card. So this is a new cycle for you. You are starting a new cycle. It could be a new cycle or new pathway, but there's some part of your life that is no longer. You've done a 180, and that part of you doesn't exist anymore, but out of that is growing, or is a new part of you that is sprouting up. Something about this, though, is like, excuse me. There's something about this, like you're still I'm getting like you feel like you're on the outside of your life observing it. Like you're not fully participating, you're not fully in your life, and maybe that's where this conversation about being fully in your body is, because the message here is like you're regenerating, but there's something that you're not fully there. You're not fully integrated, I guess, into this new life, and you don't feel like you're at home. It's like you're on the outside of yourself observing, but you don't feel like you're at home in your body. That's interesting. Hmm. So, hmm. Tell me where to go from here, honestly. Hmm. Um, who doesn't feel home in their body? Someone does not feel at home, like you're on the outside looking in. What does this person need to know? What does this person need at this time? What is going to be helpful for them? We got yang energy. It gives me very much like creativity. Even though I feel like yin energy, is that right? I feel like yin energy is usually attributed to like creativity, but in this, what I'm seeing here gives me very much like passionate creativity. It's the colors are orange, which is also making me think about your sacral chakra, that your pelvic area. So, an exercise that may be helpful for you if this is resonating with you is you may want to dance. I feel like hip circles, because it may simply be a blockage in that area of your body that the energy needs to be released there. And that is an area, I'm not going to say a lot of people hold trauma in that space, but some people do. And so it could be an energy center that has a blockage, and you're being guided to do some work to release that blockage. So with that, I'm gonna grab some yeah, definitely. Okay, so your sacral chakra, which is the sacral chakra, I call it the sexual space. I call it the sexual space. So, but this space is your inner dwelling place, right? That's the meaning. The inner dwelling place. So the message earlier of not feeling like within your body, if that area, if that energy center is blocked, then that would be the reason why you're not feeling at home in your body, because there's a blockage there, or you're not really occupying that space. There could have been some sort of trauma that you experienced, and it is being stored in that space. Now, I want to be very, I don't know if transparent is the word, but as I'm saying these things, I understand that talking about this and bringing attention to this could cause some memories of any sort of traumatic events that occurred that may be related to this space. If as you're listening to my words, you feel like a visceral reaction to what I'm saying, or you're responding, your body is having a response to the idea of the situation or any of that. If it's too much for you, please pause. I mean, I am going to try my best as I'm going through this to provide you with some sort of exercises and or tips that you can use right now, like real time as you're listening to this. But if it does become too much, pause it, stop, and come back to this video when you feel like you're in a space to process what's being said here. So with that said, this space is also connected to the element of water. So the first thing that I'm getting is drink more water. Like, flush your system. The other day we talked about, I think it was Tuesday, we were talking about emotions and helping to usher these emotions, and specifically as we're talking about right now, to help usher these blocked emotions out of your body. And one of the first things that came up was healthy eating or healthy habits. So drinking more water to I'm gonna say flush out, but I know that sounds like, I don't know. It doesn't sound right. But I am getting that, to like flush yourself out. Maybe it's time that you detox yourself. And of course, I am not a doctor, so please consult with a medical professional for this guidance. This is just what I am, this is what I'm being guided to say. But also, again, doing exercises that are going to allow you to move that area of your body. If you practice yoga, doing exercises that will help you release energy blockages in that area. We as I'm saying this, I feel the need to say, like, we underestimate that we underestimate our power to heal ourselves from, to heal ourselves. And we are so accustomed to wanting something physical or external to repair or fix the things that are ailing us, when your attention to the thing is the first thing. That's the first step in really allowing your body to heal itself, is acknowledging that, yes, there is something here and I need to do something about it. And the simple acknowledgement of that is the first step. It's like, I'm saying that in reference to, like, saying, if you have an addiction problem, to be able to acknowledge that you do have an issue with addiction. That's the first step. And then from there, you take another step in order to move away from the addiction and closer to healing. So moving your body is something very simple, costs no money. I'll be happy to link some videos for, like, sacral, chakra, or pelvic exercises. But that is the message that I'm getting there, right? I probably will find something in the midst of this video as we continue to go on, and some sort of additional tips. The breath. We're gonna go back to this breath again. Effective breathing into your abdominal, not chest breathing, but full breathing, like taking a deep breath. You know what? Again, if you all were here yesterday, or if you listened to one of my videos, I like to do things in the moment. So we're gonna do a deep breath exercise right now. I'm gonna grab this because I want to do a let's see what we got. Not chest expansion. We want to do complete breath. All right, here we go. This simple exercise will give you a clear idea of what the complete breath is. Stand or sit erect, breathing through the nostrils. Inhale steadily, first filling the lower part of the lungs, which is accomplished by bringing into play the diaphragm, which descending exerts a gentle pressure on the abdominal organs, pushing forward the front walls of the abdomen. Then fill the middle part of the lungs, pushing out the lower ribs, breastbone, and chest. Then fill the higher portion of the lungs, protruding the upper chest, thus lifting the chest, including the upper 6 or 7 pair of ribs. In the final movement, the lower part of the abdomen will be slightly drawn in, which movement gives the lungs a support and also helps to fill the highest part of the lungs. At first, it may appear that this breath consists of 3 distinct movements. However, that isn't the correct idea. The inhalation is continuous, the entire chest cavity from the lower diaphragm to the highest point of the chest in the region of the collarbone being expanded with a uniform movement. Avoid jerky series of inhalations and strive to attain a steady, continuous action. So, just a complete breath will aid moving stuck energy in your body. Breath. Take time throughout your day to take conscious and complete breaths. And just notice once you do that how you feel. Some of us think that these simple activities are just, maybe they're psychological, maybe I just, feel a little better right now, but no, the breath that we inhale is actually regenerating our bodies. It is an active force. Prana is not just oxygen. It is an active force. Everything in our environment is alive and is operating for our benefit, including air, the thing that we can't see, but the thing that keeps all of us alive. So let me keep moving because I will, I'll do a lot of talking. Let's see what else. What other messages have we here? Let me see. Do we have any messages here? What is body trembling associated with? That's a good question. I cannot say I have an answer to that. Thank you, Hael. I appreciate that. Okay, what just popped out of here? So, crystals is something that could be helpful for you at this time as well. The amplification of energy. I don't know if it's still showing on the screen right now, but I do have a citrine sitting on the table. So, utilizing natural elements, utilizing minerals that are in our environment to help us heal. Again, all the things in our environment are aiding our growth, expansion, our healing. And we only need to tap into them in order to receive that. And it's all around us. So if I feel compelled now to look up what crystals are beneficial for sacral healing. Let's find out. What crystals are good for sacral? Is it on here? It might even be one on here while I'm talking. I might have it right in front of my face. Let's see what we have. Carnelian, sunstone, tiger's eye, citrine, orange calcite, smoky quartz, amber, moonstone, aventurine, agate, goldstone, snowflake obsidian, garnet, tangerine quartz, pyrite, jasper, topaz, rhodonite, amethyst, bumblebee jasper. So it's a lot of stones. These are a lot of stones. Most of them, the first few that I noticed were all sort of in the reddish orangish color, which I suspected would be the case. But I have some out today, so hopefully you are receiving some sort of assistance as we're having this discussion, as you are hearing these words, as the healing energies come through the ethers. Hopefully you're getting some of that. All right, what else? What else do we have? Where was I? Where was I? It's so interesting that it will like freeze up from time to time. Like the picture will stay. Whatever. Okay. Let's see what else we have. What other messages do I have for you all today? Go to a sacred site. Spend some time in a sacred site. That could be physically, you go to the sacred site. I am a proponent of, utilizing what you have. Utilize your mind if you can't actually get to a sacred site. Now, the sacred site can be your home, your place of residence. Your energy is there, so it is sacred. Although I'm getting very much to go to some other space, but the idea is to tap into the energy of a space. Right? Sacred sites have a specific energy that will connect with your energy and draw out information that is within you, that your spirit, your soul, your consciousness is needing and seeking at this time. With that said, the Amazon is an earth power location that you can tap into, or maybe that you have some energetic resonance with. And let's get some information on Amazonia. All right. On the continent of South America, the Amazon touches Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. It says it's too big to pinpoint, but as a guide, they've got the GPS. I'll put that in the description bar. The key energies for this location is aliveness, balance, cooperation, vitality, and interconnectedness. So it's really interesting to me. I mean, I'm saying it's interesting, but it's, synchronistic that the message or that the energy here is one of vitality, because that is the energy of your sacral. That's the energy of your sacral chakra. It's vitality. It is it's the area where life flows. Life flows out of. The primary elements in this space and the Amazonia is earth, air, and water. All right, so I'm going to give you guys some information on it. Nervous system and imbalance, emotions, subconscious, children, body, trauma, and overloaded energy on the week. Huh. Thank you for sharing that, Hael, about body trembling. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's get into Amazonian. It is described by many as the lungs of the earth. This is a place of extreme vitality and unmatched biodiversity, simply teeming with life. It is the largest of Earth's dwindling rainforests. A mind-boggling number of plant and animal species live here, including almost 3 million individual species of insects, and they are the ones that we know of. 1 in 10 known species exist in the Amazon. 1 in 5 bird species is Amazonian. Imagine 1 square kilometer containing almost 100 tons of plant life, which would include 1,000 tree species and thousands more species of plants and flowers. Add to that block of wall-to-wall plants thousands of species and insects and possibly hundreds of species of birds, reptiles, and animals, and you begin to get an idea of how interconnected this place actually is. However, the largest rainfall on Earth, 7 million square kilometers, is in trouble. For thousands of years, relatively small populations of people lived around and within the Amazon basin and coast. Their food, water, shelter, and even their spiritual beliefs reflected their quite balanced relationship with this incredible environment. Power animals such as jaguar, caimans, anacondas, and poison dart frogs existed in both the physical world for the tribes and the dream and spiritual worlds. With the coming of civilization and the subsequent population explosion in South America, the rainforest became a resource in a far more damaging way. Deforestation became the norm by the 1960s, particularly the highly destructive slash and burn style in order to make way for agriculture and farms. All right, I'm going to speed this up. No species in the Amazon works alone. That is, every species is necessary and interconnected. For example, certain plants need a particular insect for pollination, and if successful, that plant feeds another small animal. That small animal is eaten by another larger one, and the scat of the larger animal is the incubation material for that first pollinating insects. If you break any of those connections, and all are threatened. We too are a part of nature, and it is important for us on a personal level and more local scale to be reminded of that fragile balance and interconnectedness. So, that was a message in itself, really, about the interconnectedness of the Amazon. Even though originally I pulled that card because some location may be that location may be a sacred site, or maybe that was the reason that it came out, is so that we could simply touch on the fact that all of us are interconnected, and there is a delicate balance that is being maintained here, not just on this planet, but being maintained in the fabric of existence. And as we, the human species, continues to elevate ourselves, evolve, grow, heal, we bring back the natural balance. We bring back the natural flow of life. So I love that, actually. The natural flow of life. Let's find out if there's anything else here. What else do we have? I said I wasn't gonna sing. Let's get. I don't know. Where do I want to go? Give me some direction, please, Holy Spirit. What are we talking about here? Talking about healing. We're talking about grounding. We're talking about tapping into the natural. Natural world. We're talking about receiving information from the earth. There is a need at this time to harmonize the frequency of your heart with the frequency of your mind. Opening up your crown chakra, allowing that information to travel down your energetic system through your heart so that you're aligning all of your energy centers to open up the pathway for all of them to be cleared, for all blockages to be removed. Again, your conscious request, decision, what's the word that I want to use? Professing that is your intention begins the process. A lot of the things that we feel like need to be done are being done in the spiritual realm. And our job is simply to be open to the healing that is happening, to the energetic rays that are the energetic rays that are what am I saying? I lost my train of thought. That are pouring down on us. The energetic rays that are pouring down on us. So aligning your heart with your mind is something that you are being guided to do at this time. Ego death is one of the things that I'm seeing. Being nothing allows you to be everything. Whenever I see that, I think of, is it Alan Watts or Ram Dass? A lot of their message is about being nothing. Really releasing that ego. And of course our ego can, I'm not going to say it can never be released, but I do find that as we as human beings go through this process of purification, this process of evolving, growing, expanding, ascending, that we can allow that ego to still follow us even as we are on our ascension journey, still grabbing hold to, various titles, chosen one. And I am not here to down anyone if you have adopted that term, chosen one, or I don't know, all the number, whatever the term is. And I'm not saying that those terms are not true, because they are. Just as my name is love. Yes, that is a suit, if you will, that I put on, but it's not me. That's not. It's who I am identifying am at this time. But I know that it's not truly who I am. So the ego death, may be something that you're being called to address, face. I don't know the word for that. If that's something that resonates with you, then I would invite you to tune into Alan Watts or Ram Dass, because I think they're good teachers on that philosophy and helping you to get to that level of awareness within yourself. It's not right or wrong whether you have that level of awareness or not. They're just various levels of awareness as we continue to grow and expand, and there will constantly be. Let me see if I can. Oh, sorry about this noise. I dropped my glasses. I'm gonna try to look and see what if I can see the comments now. Okay, there we go. I see you guys. Since it's gotten stuck on my screen, I can now look at the comments as I'm talking. I'm sorry that I don't know what happened with the screen, why it will not show any visuals. It's just sort of stuck on where I was when I first started. So, well, I've done a lot of talking. I'm already at 52 minutes. We're already at an hour. Jeez Louise. Yeah, exactly. Good analogy. That's a really excellent analogy, Hayel. Yeah. We're just in different grades. We're in different grades. Some of us are college level. Some, yeah, that too. That too. Summer school. School is year round. There's no breaks at this school. This is year round education, which is a beautiful thing. I think I enjoy being educated, and I specifically enjoy being educated by the divine. What better education can we have other than that? All right, so I've done a lot of yes, college students definitely getting angry at the preschoolers. They don't know. We don't know what you know, college kids. I don't know where I'm at in school. I just know I'm in there. All right, let's get some more messages in these last few minutes. Let's see if we could get some I don't know. Let's just see. Spirit. What message does this listener need? Do these listeners need that will help them on their journey right now? So the first message that came out is the work that you're doing, and I'm saying work because it was a Hierophant that came out, so I'm feeling like this has something to do with some sort of spiritual teaching, spiritual knowledge, but it's going to pay off for you. Now, even if you don't have I talked about this yesterday. Even if you don't have like a business that you're doing spiritual work, or you're not like a missionary or preacher, or however those words resonate with you, even if you're not doing that actively, maybe you don't have a platform or anything like that, but your energy is doing work for you. Your energy is, your spirit is doing the work. Whether you are actively or consciously aware of the work that you're doing, it's being done through you. I talked about that in the extended to the live yesterday. And because you have been faithful in this work, because you've been fair in this work, because um, you're not showing favoritism, is what I'm getting, then more of yourself is being realized. You are coming to a deeper or better knowledge of who you are, not only as this personality that you know yourself to be in this body with the name that you have, but who you are at the core of you, who you are at a soul level. So that was the message. And then you may begin seeing some, rephrase, you're going to be experiencing some changes in your dream state. Like, actually, what I'm getting is that the emotional work, or I'm gonna find a better way to say this. The digging that you've been doing in your own garden, in your own body, pulling up weeds, if you will, pulling up ideas. We talked about the other day, early this week, shame, guilt, and recognizing when the emotion of shame comes up, or it can be another emotion, but this week I'm working with the same energy, so I'm bringing in what we've been talking about. When this emotion comes up, recognizing that the guilt that is associated with that shame is not from an idea or an ideology that is actually yours. So I'm saying this to say that during your dreams, the work that you've been doing in digging up this garden, your emotional garden, that's going to start. I can't find my words. It's going to be being worked out during your dream state. That's what I'm saying. Mm-mm. 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 Sorry. No. I'm trying to get these commercials to stop playing in the background, guys. So, yeah, you may feel it, you may, I don't, depending on how, depending on your dream state, like what your dream life is like, you may like feel it, or you may experience it in your dreams, even if your dream may not necessarily be connected to this emotional healing or change, but that is still happening in your dream state, is what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to get one more message and then I'm going to end this. And just as I did yesterday, I am going to do an extended reading once I end this live that I will upload. I'm going to try to upload it like shortly. It won't be at night, but I'm going to do my best. 4:30. All right, let's get one more message. Let me get we will not let you fail. So, if you are aware of your spiritual team, your ancestors, They're saying they're not going to let you fail, and love is worth taking the steps you're being guided to take. So as you're listening, as you've listened to this and you have felt the impulse, that was the original message that we started with today, to move on the impulse, but ground yourself first. So as you've been listening to me and you have felt the pull to do something, whether it's something that I've spoken of or not, but something that has been said has prompted you or inspired you to take a step toward a goal, dream, aspiration, or just taking better care of yourself, then this is the sign to do it. Love is worth taking the steps you're being guided to take, because that's love for yourself. And that is why I'm here, to spread the love. All right. So thank you all for being on this live. Thank you, Hael, for always pulling up and participating and sharing your energy. Thank you, Zoe, for being here. I appreciate you as well. I hope you're subscribed. If not, please do subscribe. The channel has shifted. You know, this is the first week that I'm doing lives, but I feel like I'll probably continue to do that going forward. But with that said, if you have reached this portion of the video and you are still listening to my voice, and you are extremely unique, because I do absolutely nothing to market or promote this content other than be my absolute authentic self. So count yourself as a cool ass person, because somehow you found your way or were guided right here to my spot. And I am truly thankful and appreciative for each and every one of you. And with that said, I hope to talk to you next time. Peace.